Promo atumema de semenyina aha aba UTV promo kase so channel so se kase aba Fontaine Time so UTV Ghana saso and on channel 360 e wo DSTV so betimi ahwe fiefie mu so ye de e mane wo hon masida kase en koma this with chocolate drink and every ma unsanka wo ice na pe wo pie na obrodo bi fa boso obi ape mofra ni mpanyin obi bi ape best point savings and loans and best assurance and so e wo homa for sika some insurance on sem nyina ekodan wo mo saso ena unsaka YouTube ID sorta we say eyenchine pa me oba pentinitimi akamfo ede amount saso and special ice mineral water ya bujunsu papa e maybe mpa ufie no wanten so da promo kasie samahudu edimu akotene ebi ene 7th meeting of International Solar Alliance Regional Committee for Africa the ne ena wo mo ehye dwumedie no ase Saso and the National Youth Authority ene womode enefo miensa esi honoma wodi dwumedie nwanwaso kra ama emebunti ne na wo hye eno so ase sabre obepie mu ewo eyebono mantemu a omanfo omo honom sabre womode ato abayanim se wo hye eyefite river na omuso omu hiansam so twene ewo so bridge eno ewo mremano eno wo bono region to wo srepasa aban emo ne ho modene na wo ma emra meye wo mo emwa we ene nsem kaye kan wo so fo abana chebuache ede ba beda wo sepe mu kase ewo don hire bako entem afekase no emu enchiremu. The 7th meeting of International Solar Alliance Regional Committee for Africa shase ene ewo enkran kodue mu na wo hyiremu a eye ade a efa eye solar energy ho na wo se de beye a ebema solar energy timi agina ne naso ne timi abo edwuma na ye se de sefata enunti na wo ye saa eye dwumedie na wo se ebibrem ha sei nkonko ahodo anasa amaman ahodo na omunyina ba wo ba be hyiemu edi saa dwumedie no na eye Honorable John Abdullahi Jinapo ono na ye Minister of Energy and Green Transition ono so ekopie mo sabra ye kase ono so na ye chair emma the 7th meeting of Regional Committee for Africa say and watch nsem.
Africa has about 60% of the world's best solar resources. And yet, like I said, it accounts for a very, very negligible figure when it comes to solar installation. At the continental level, bridging the gap is our collective opportunity to transform pipeline projects into bankable ones, providing low-risk premiums and attracting far greater private capital is very, very important because African governments alone cannot shoulder that burden. Indeed, the data shows that we require about 50 billion annually to invest in the energy sector. It is precisely in addressing these challenges that the International Solar Alliance is reinforcing its support. As you may be aware, solar power is already the least source of new electricity in many African markets and is poised to become the most competitive option across the region within the next decade.
Solar energy mandates the renewable charge and is projected to account 60% of new power capacity globally by 2030. This is why we have committed to the Accelerated Partnership for Renewable Energy in Africa, or APRA for short. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, the continent holds 60% of the world's best solar resources, but accounts for only 3% of global solar PV capacity. This 7th Regional Committee meeting is an imperative as a platform for energy ministers and technocrats across the continent to come together in an action-focused dialogue.
Out of $2.2 trillion of money that was invested on clean energy globally last year, only 2% came to Africa. With 680 million people without energy access and one of the highest tariffs, this is not acceptable. International Solar Alliance is really keen to partner with all African countries in ensuring a faster energy access as per Mission 300, but also bringing down the cost of energy, because solar for each country's least cost generation plan will help in meeting your energy needs and meeting energy access.
Sabre National Youth Authority Ucheniti Akano NYA watu na fuami ensa esi hono modi ye dwumedi kese ede ama emebuno ofre no youth conference na tipo a edaso igniting potential inspiring change na dwumedi no ekoso ewo Pentecost Convention Center na wosesa dwumedi watu esi hono sede ebeya anase platform a womubetimi edi enkomo omubesua de na obibi etimi a cheche na dwene sede ebeya beboa ama emebuno wo omayimu etimi etumpon akọ omanim na bra opanyino kasa ebi adwumedi na no mrachebedwani ogomwa East Honorable Degraft Desmond Pato ena ekasai.
This conference is not just a meeting. It is a call to action. It is a platform for dialogue, learning, and networking. It is where fresh ideas will be born, where bold voices will be heard, and where the spirit of leadership will be rekindled in every young person's in this our dispensation of time. Let me commend the organizers for their vision and hard work in bringing us together for such a noble purpose, which best fits the President of the Republic vision of seeing the total development of the Ghanaian youth.
This conference, under the theme Igniting Potential and Inspiring Change, is designed for our young people present here today and across the nation. It is a platform for dialogue, learning, and collaboration. To our young people, over these next 2 days, you will engage in meaningful discussions and build partnerships through plenary sessions, breakout discussions, and exhibitions. All these are intended to equip attendees with the necessary tools, knowledge, and networks to translate their ideas into impactful actions. You will engage in critical conversations on youth participation in decision-making, explore pathways from skills to enterprise, and discover new opportunities in transformative sectors like agriculture, AI, and green technology. Don't just listen. Participate actively and shape the dialogue. Get empowered and equipped so that you can be the next leader that Ghana envisions you to be. We assure you of our unwavering commitment. As a government, we believe in you and will continue to create opportunities for you to lead and thrive, to help reset, rebuild, and restore hope to this country.
To our Gen Zs, you are the digital natives, the innovators, the advocates for mental health and climate action. Yet you face a world of economic uncertainty and rapid change. To the generation coming after you, you are growing up in a world of both limitless digital possibilities and complex global challenges. This is a gathering of the future, by the future, and to discuss the future. To ignite your potential by providing master classes and workshops that equip you with tangible future skills. To inspire change by creating a platform for robust dialogue where your ideas can challenge the status quo and influence national policy. To connect you to mentors, partners, and resources that can turn your innovative ideas into viable enterprises and movements. You are the architects of a new Ghana. Let us rise to the occasion. Let us ignite our potential and together inspire the change we want to see. Together, reset the Ghana we all want.
New Patriotic Party, one director of communication, Yorura Richard Ehiagba, and a Sabre Wode petition Aquakoma Inspector General of Police IGP, Ora Christian Tete Yohono. Na was say and same be a course so and I say near maybe a course so ewa akotia by election. I was to say criminal act conduct bi a so abra chief awudu sofo azoka wono na national vice chairman wone national democratic congress wone party constituency communications officer for Emma Ebuakwa North owura Abdul Wahab awudu wose saa niema na omoye ne entwe ye nunti en wode saa petition no ekwakoma IGP na so de koma no na wose wosusu se ensemo a mpanyimfo yi ekaye wo mo kire se wo mo bekum minority leader Emma Parliament and as a Mashebedrum Domkuma woda woman Honorable Alexander Fenyon Markin was Chief Azoka threat would de ekoye Saso and Minority Chief Whip Honorable Frankano Dompre any MPP national organizer lawyer Henry Nanabuacheno was say adia enche you re ehaba any central for ekasaye and na uchi mabra was petition no what they call IGP no was a sansam no mokai na yadia di humbo pa a etietia empemfo nso fa hodie afa se etietia kabi mamin kabi amamuo enso so na eba ne sa na chese ama ewiem osa yekusu adi hu kese ene ehunuhuna ena ehye omanfo mu wose ne wo hye criminal offense act na 1960 at 29 wo hye section 69 74 75 80 486 8207 na eyade a emrani tia se wo be hunuhuna obi wo beka ewu asam ache obi anase entokwasem anase bi a wo buru obi ade etienti sabere wo se IGP se animu ye ya wonye enhwehwemu na sa nipa ya wabo omudin wo mo ensensem o ma ye na entwe yi a wo fa megina mra no na mra ene wo mundi
akutia by election no de tie ne se ye koye no ankona asomdwe mu se de se kono enti normal free mu bae mu amokai ye ndia peni chief Sofo Azoka and the Buakwa North constituency officer our threatening say omonka ombeto na bi wa ha honorable apenyo mark and say honorable anodom pro ha nka omoye de ombe ye omo a kire se nka omonya omo ombeku omo ye di petition ya bayi e be stress mu media fo no moni be di ekiri na omo akodi sa ehurukasem sa ewo akotia by election mu no ye de emra ebedi omo se be ya afufro enkopi de omo ye no na ebi akire bi e ko election na afi de nipa dodo asore se ye bebu nipa na se nya we be kuno na eno no ankofa ohaw ambre yenga na ha na se democracy no awma se no enti eno enti ne ye ba enti petition e da call IGP office ye nyamre dodo amane anya na one ankasa but de oma ye ti ase ne se yemfama obi a oye adwuma ama no na ono amu no okobe business ye enti but obamai kwan ma ya san be hu no na ya danase because I sa impofrem ade a ye ba ya otumi nya asa kwanya no ene ye kasa enti yeserese mu media fo no mo amani edi ekire na dia Sofo Azoka eyeye na yenia Abdul Wahab omoyeye no ebe ya ade a enkoso biom o democracy na se police fo no ye hwehwemu ni ye na ye trauma so a ye nyina be hunu se sa ade we anya de pa ase ne democracy mu na aboa ama ye democracy ye ko by election de bia ne tension de bia ne hu e de ahye nipa mu so we be wu ye we be won se you na sa anyoma no eto etwa ye democracy nti ye frɛ mo a asem we na de ato mani mu se mommoa na omo akodi sansem boni we no na ye ma emra endi omo se be ya afoforo nso so ensua emfiri omo nchen
Emersabedweni awo otafo awo no aso ye ranking member Emma Youth and Sports Committee Honorable Vincent Eko asefo na sabre odi atudwa se ye share ye Chief Justice asabre ye yi no every honoma ye Mame Gertrude Araba Esaba Saki Tokonu wasi we say owu amena yabo ato hono pa de ama judiciary independent internet se yabo owu amena to hono ma di hu kese na abeto wo mo so wasi asan so de nkekaye pa wo aba beka Ghana ikabi mami nkabi amamuo ayensen na ho de ato hono mo abra odi nsem yetudwa conference organized by a coalition of opposition political parties Accra and honorable asefua esan kesi so say sa anamunti to anasa agency a banye CD ene chese enye attack keke se bi omo san so keke na mum yese wo mo ahwe nanim pa na wo mo ya de a ebeye ne yeye pa se de ebeye say ye share ye foundation about judicial independence na e wo man mu a ebesan akontia sei e no panyini chim
no kwe wo mu ne se committee no ankasa na o se o motena se na committee no etimi hwehwem investigate ye no mu se ampa ma me no ye bone ana se onye bone no sa committee no metimi akansi dia say they are not even done with omojuma given to the mekasa last Friday ye chachuchikata ono and one of the lawyers of the petitioners file in the written address and also justice tokono and then the lawyers file up to today file. So the question is there be nyina so no munyina omunya ye gina so a omde yi maame no because the process itself no you new process no e bi o yese maame no okoyi and also can transfer one deputy director in name say emra no so article 125 e ho kono no e chese judiciary no the oda no the chief justice na da no in terms of administration and supervision there and no ho kwan so go to me a transfer officer of the judicial service per the allegations are mpanyifo bi ko dan president no almost say maame no eboa ma promotions because so eno so adabraka menti bi da denti menti bi da ne say ono na o in charge of the administration of the judiciary no so ono no ntimi recommend you for promotion and then why na bro no so a obetimi ayesa ade no eno so yade a yenti bi ho empanyinsem eda asasem no yetimi agina so ede ayi maame no to remove a chief justice on these some grounds is to destroy the very idea of judicial independence, which has been guaranteed under the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
When President Mahama violates the Constitution of Ghana, and then now he has power over Parliament that we can't impeach him, the first thing he did was to make sure that the affirmative action bill that was passed into a law, he refused to pass it. He refused to give 30% representation that the constitution that mandated the Parliament of Ghana in Article 17.4 to pass. He refused to obey the Parliament of Ghana. That's the type of president we have, President Mahama. He doesn't care about Parliament, the laws of Parliament, he disregards them. We talk about the Constitution itself, he doesn't care about the Constitution. President Mahama is never a democratically elected president. We elected him, but now he has become a dictator. I have said it and I'm saying it again. President Mahama is worse than Adolf Hitler and Idi Amin. The places where he is now sending Ghana to. We want Justice Tokonu back, and we are asking her to fight. We are behind her. She should go to court and get an interpretation of whatever is happening.
Managing Director of that Development Company, Chanity Akane TDC, Ora Courage, Nunek Pepu, and Asabri, Wode, Ninsama Tuja, Shell, Manfo Yinabo say ne will be share a affordable housing project. As a second, and Nibia, it's me enya. E kwan no wotimi enya bi na enkoye se ne bo no so achenchene na obi pebimpa wonya wode nsemi atudwabra okopie mu abra no wo hwehwe adwuma anase ekoso efa saa project ya ekoso yi ewo pon site ho no me ho e no panyini e de ko inspection no kwan no nsem trofo etwetwe nkomo sei e no chiem
say ye buy afina ye call 8 months or so. Especially some of us here in the 6 months. But yeah, to me, I can't hear home. I bought one yamamu. I'm a project no ekoso kama. Moamu di monu abehu. And yes, Moamu who the ekoso waha. Ye be boy a home modern. The be bia ama project no ye be to me deliver no. Ewo tama a bride there to us here be no. A bebaso no ye be ama na baso. Ye papa John Mahama or the two name to say obebɔ ne homɔden ama obia nya bebi a obeda ɛho hia ye kɔba nyinaa no bebi a odi uti beto so wi a ɛna ya problem no me masem bia ya me kan de bia say ye to me resolve accommodation issue krowe mu a obi a wo ye dwuma bia nim say daache adwuma na me ye no me wi a menye bebi edi meti ato a corruption issue be kɔfom but because obi anim say me wie na me kofi a me nya bebi nkoda nti ono so pre ne ho se onpe baby no call pe baby no nya baby nti se ye to me de niam to yie ne ye sisi ye dan kama na obia betumi wo ye journalist o wo ye police ni o wo ye nurse ni o wo ye dan o once wo ye ordinary Ghanaian enye se obia wo ye businessman kakra woni sempe na betumi ato dan wo Ghana sana his excellency John Mahama de atunani so nti no ode ye soso abaha se yesu ye mboa na ye nya djuma no enu an ye nti my expectation no say ye be boy ho modin contractors no on say sa suban no say we dia ya ban djuma nti yo mamu mfa ho ya ban djuma ye be si ye be wie no 1 year nso ye tumi wie no 3 years there be yes system embasu bio. That is the essence of the research na ye kan wa adwin no sa adwin na omo word dada no ye best sa adwin nyina will renew their minds to come to terms with the reality that no way, when we say we are delivering in 1 year, we have to deliver in 1 year, and we're going to be hard on some of them, and I know they'll come after me, but I have a job to do and I have to do it, and I'm going to do it. Ye marketing officer no ha wo dia wo pay for a so-called 10 kakra na obebo price bi akere obo say yes ampa we dey affordable until na ye ka say ye estate developing company and estate developer ye need that sika so ye pe profit ke CSA obi be si dan no we wie no or the ye mfa no say 10 cities and see ya o pe so oton no 20 cities ye nyentu sa say ye hwe scanner ye dey awrem na ye to me recover sa sika na enu ano no because ye adwuma na ye no ye supplementary aban nti ye say ye bo aban no na nkrofo omo ye adwuma aban mu no omo nya bebida enu na ye adwuma ye wo ha se nti ye nye profit na ye pesa there be.
Senior lecturer at Cape Coast University ono also ye licensed surveyor project management engineer Dr. Ebenezer Jamara and asabe wo frɛ wo mo kabie wo mu empanyimfo enyina sɛ yentimi enhu kwan a yɛbɛfa so enya emretentena yɛde bɛko atia galamsey na yɛtimi abɔ yɛ man ɛho ban ne yɛnkwaye nyina so ɛho ban agye si hɔ nom na engineer Dr. Jamara ekyire mu no wo say sa short term yi efiri asuko si fom aba yɛde asrafo ebe mu so omun kuntia galamsey ni nyina ayekwa ankwankosi hwe na sa bere die ɛho abehia paa sɛ ɛsɛ mpemfo ɛde omani beto fom ne enya emretentene a yɛbetimi de ako atia wo se nei sɛ wo hwɛ illegal mining ya ayefɛ no galamsey ya wo masese yensuo yenkwaye ene yen nsase enyina we say yade a emwa oman Ghana afei siese ehwe asrafo nso omokunti a wonhwe ne nkronkro ahodo no matie gina ne mabunu ene asrafo ne de abo ani omokunti a omompene emwa muntu wo mo esosa we say yade a emwa enti ene de siese galamsey a ese yenso so na ese yesikasem enti sikaboti a yetwa to wo no ma yede ko etia ewo mretia waso no yempen hyehye ye pa yede beto wo mretentene se de be ko etia no so ne betimi nya yensase no enso so asesani enya sase mu ahoden se de be ya Ghana e be ye krabehwe
bibre no ye hu se project ekoso kama nenso obi ntimi win project mpo na bia sebe fofi antoata abu nso aban no nso ba project bo ma oba onwie na obi nso abeto aso obi ba onto aso mpo no nso ye ne de afi galamsey ya intimi enjay galamsey ya na mu yedin kwan ben so na ye nyina be paso ebebom ebeboa na ye hu die ntia galamsey fo no o ya mu ntimi enjay because mom skapa yi na pe so affect yin and na wo no mpio takura na yem show and na wo yi no yem show dust kunyen me kan funtuma and na yensuosuo essay enema bebre essay Integram say no a ye pese ye pam no kono kan ben so ne befa so ne ya ne abehye mo ha ya ye dwendwen enti ye to yensa afro ba muni nyina say project management ya de bi a ebo man no enti nyina mfa hunjim na ye share respective of fa ho anas ebron beka irrespective of from bibia de wo from bibia wo so de wo ye obetumi aboa na ye na ya esua de ye kwan befa so a man for be to go no na almost say or mine no.
We should wake up to the reality that we're wasting resources as a nation. You start one project and then you halt it. For years, you can't complete it. It's money that has, in a sense, been sunk into an endeavor you're not able to complete. And you go and start another one. So we need to wake up to the reality. First of all, do we have the funds to complete any particular project? If we don't have it, let's be realistic. Let's not start it in the first place. And let's make sure that whatever we start, we are able to complete. And I think that it is better that way for us as a nation than to have the nation littered with uncompleted projects.
Your development plan, national one development plan, and then they say about who can some faster development plan no and find in share. Manifesto be the short year intimate impact. Or shall say among we now for bar no had to honor. I didn't know a sebasa. A project no say only a man for no drink home and name here or more. Why you on share Usika when ya at that one ye. I beat me a jumano every we and so sounds papa ever a man for and you can't say if I saw your professionals be real. I didn't know you knew so and find and yes, and she said.
Economic and Organized Crime Office, HNT Akane EOCO, and Asabre Wode Kokobo, Ekodiama Ubia, Enkanka Mabunu, Ene Addition for Suku for say. Obibiama Neni and Nahonomo, Emfa, Aya Kronoa, Ekoso, Ehum. Wasi nei wunshe fraud ahodoɔ romance scam ene boninke kaya ekahono eyade ehadwene eye pa brew Sam Esquire echiremu a wose cyber criminals no eyade a ekoso yie pa enei womu enimu hye omu nka bi nhye womu nam eye social media so eye online platform so ena womu fakuntuna se eda dankofo binumu a womu ji womu sike nam so many pa bebre eboka afen so eba womu adwini mu anase womu emotions na wo say the emotional trauma ena ema eye omanfo dodo na sabe yoko se wo chire mu a womu ase womu bambomu kete pa womu yirimu yie pa se obi bia womu ensabeso ni mu se wodi sa dwumadie yi bi se efa no eye sa romance scam yi efa fraud no mu ahodo bebre bia no se womu echewa womu do begina mren mama mran no wadi se de se fata enu nti na sa bre wo gina so de kokobo ama obi bia so obi bia ema nani na ho se wo hu anaso obi twere wo send wo information bia wo hwa emu ye wrem a bomodene ema wo eye security agencies no womu aso ente womu guso a etu womu so sapa
EOCO no one of the things that we investigate in fraud and in investigations so you near town say fraud back one very popular among the young guys no a romance fraud obi wo ha no we could be a Facebook account no CEO ni mami ewu enti your friend is saying ope sika de yi gold bia ni mami di janu na oni broni bia fa danfo na wadada broni no ne de bia broni ni di sika ba nso broni no enya gold ni da na your friend say obetimi ni broni na 19 fi bebre owia ni wia na we close Facebook account no and you who say mostly it is among the youth enti na mebo youth ni kwakose ebia nde who are university who your first degree who can say oh and also media no abata who 2 lives and apa who go school and ajo na wadane who your friend say we your background wo say we bema na wo de dada enkrofo embre one mpenifo e wa brochire enemy tu fu say EOCO ye ba baby a wo se bia wo di sa abone no ye dwuma ye ya ne say ye chichi sankrofo no we have just several people like that na say so your friend is saying bibia koye internet so internet say wo kwa koye dwuma kra ye bibia friend background search wo kwa kwaje visa ye bibia friend background search inti dwamunya meme omo pe soft
Chief Executive Officer Emma National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, the Trinity Akan NEIP, Ora Eric, ejei ena sabe wode kokobo ato wode ama womo echeche anase womo beje ntete efa adwumawura program ne ho se nkanka womo be kire womo adwuma no se womo nhye no ma mfa sa adwumade sa nap program no anye amanyosem na mmom womo nhye se womo be ma obibia enya ne chefa emfa ho any political party anase amanyoku a wodom esese pepepe yo etimi ebaisan se dwumadi omo ye nani so ade hunu pa ne se emebunu ebetimi enye omo fa ahodie no omo setena mu ebetimi akoyie pa nti efa ne sika se madwuma omo ye sika betimi efiri maba mo dada setena mu nso so etimi aye jojo ede ama wo sei no panyini echirem
you be training nipa 10,000 every year na sa 10,000 na you training omo no you ria emu 2,000 and ye be more support so omo fansho omo nwumam ebi yo ho a oni dwumedi bi a wodi kra afi na wa apply into at the incubation stage no ye training no ne man entity a obo se bi obetimi ayewe ana so obetimi ayewe because on say toda ejuma na ye no bi nim de woso ye and obi nim de woso ye ne patemu bi me no kaza sisi o kaza o peso koton pork e ozonwa automatically obeboka because gramofo ndi pork meba but obi su nim ne sa nti waba se na ye be man nchechre no eno na be man hu se bia bia otimpo no ana petemu ote no this is the right work for no ana simesi ye de amanyofo me bayi said na ye ne kane no nka metimi aye ne partisan but that is not my leadership style. I believe say obi o wonim de ne hunu ye no man akwanya no ba be ye beboa because at the end of the day ye be assess udwumadi e wadi emfaso e de abro man no ne no beto so a ye ne wato so they should help us for us to succeed as a government agency.
Yakogana nyina kwakoyi adwumaku ahodo apotoka sem ye friend Habs omo ena omo wonim de ahodo a omo de ba betete ye mabunu ye ba be yi omo for sa adwumawura program we nti sa companies anase Habs ahodo a ya fa omo ena ne omo ba be hia won kran ha se ye do omo ba be fantitiem se de be ya omo betimi atete ye mrantie ne mabawa ombenya chefa wadwuma ora program yemu na de yesre nyina ne se enentity ya ede mu omumfa nkonkohye dem obi nipa dodo a obenya no se wotete no omuma saa enimdi a omanya no ha no enedi na omontiti omu yimaye na yesre se we so enka ho adwuma ora program ne de abase ba betenase nti aban bia wo so no obehwe no wato aso ama adwumawura program no akoso
adwumawura ya adwuma kama pa kise oto buas na wotie mu yie pa ayade bia ebeboa eye emabua na se yitu no mo emayimu uko school a oba out so onye adwuma ye ba obi anim se adwuma ne ho even se benye Ghana hankwa even abrochi manum ne ade nyina adwuma bebre ni ho ema obi a ti se ne ebe ya ubewie school ontra ho ka se me pedwuma afia ba menye adwuma me pedwuma afi me hua ba menye adwuma no we ye kwambie ma opa ebi kwampa na adwuma na ayeye e ma wokwa na waye de be wafa nkofo if be wi ase no onye adwuma ma obi biem no adwuma na kese te se Ghana hanom bibi te se Mr Kwame despite nomne Desmond nomne ad obe sankofo ni bi nje ye kwambie kese pa.
Omanfo mo mrimano ewo German South Municipality na Sabri wo mo ede adesrede to aban anim na ewo Bono region Sabri wo mo sra ban se wo be hye eye nsamso otwene a eda eye Fite River ade a asen nsese nsamso otwene bi ani so nto sre sa ban me yo momwa na wo meye mfama wo mo se nei sa etwene na nasa bridge na eni ho nti no ama omanfo mo ho ha pa so mo pese o muko enkura etoa wo mu kuro na so eye mmerima no na ade o munya kwan emfa nkonti wo mo sere saban emeye o mumwa
kunye akira MC se wo ma nani mmerima no de na nahimayi sa asuo kase na eda ho no ono so o metoa so na onwie maye me giri se oye adwumawura oba pa se de wono so eye abadaye no se de na nahima eye abadaye no ono so ono so yaba nti wo mo no ho bani na wo meboa ye efiri tete na ka emeye ka kwan kese no kwantia na yefa ho ekobirikum na wini link German Southern Bekum nti kwantitia se wo pese okobirikum na wo mrima no a wo moa anza na wachi enkodrobo anza na wa ba besen akọ na ofa ha tite na waduru braso na se woko ayia na brekum nti nyame adom na aban boaye ma yitimi yesa bridge no a yebitime anya kwantiti a ebeko brekum na no ada pesie utimu se cars ewo elia ha nyina efi sampa ofa side si ya obeba abefa mrimano na akọ brekum but sesam bridge nti sitobre kabia intime enko
bi yare na se bi bibi prambe se be mbara ko bikuma e fa ya tite ne ya de ya kwa koduru
yenne ayalsabia kase bia so wo ha nipa yare a yekoje ayalhwewum enti ye wo chip compound ketwa bi wo ha sempo so bi kwa mfuom na sabio kafrache abo kupra no anase ne yare mu yedin na ka be refer no se din na kodrobo anka mrema no tubrekum no tias na se de ye befa nipa no de na ko drobo se ye ko drobo kra o hwe drobo kwan no a enye but ofri mrema no bese ko brekum road ya fiti aye kwansidia maye no tia na kwan no so kra ye kama sene se obefa mrema no akodrobo miensa ki ya nsuo ntoyi uhu se nsuo no nanamon nsuo no bi kura bi ata kwan no so kakra we kire se nsuo no ba ye ntimi nye bibia wo ha afudie nyina aka nsuo naja kokoo ni wura ntimi mam gozo timi hira se oba ha wudi hu agura nsuo no betwe akọ nti na yesese aban meboa yen na ye ntimi nye bridge
ye wo krene asefo mo ye aduma ho no enam dabrenti omu ntimi na krene no ya fie na omo ba beda sa na adwokura na so bi ya de se de be ko ha ngese ye ba fie ya be nyane nurse fo no anza omo atimi akwa akohe ndi esraban se nurse fo no tanabere ohwe no meboa ye animu ye Krono attend school na bebri ndi ama teacher for so benya dabre do no so yesre aban so mna meboa ma teacher for omo so onya dabre
empanyimfo a womo eda offensive training college ena sabo mo dia de sede to aban ene womo mo ka bi womo betimi abaye omo mo enim se wosere womo pa womo mro mo suku honom no me yomo mo esanse se bano eye lecture halls hostels bus etesa akadia ne niema eboa masuku etimi kɔ enimu ema disuafo ho hare wo mo ema omadisuan so etimi kɔ enimu ya de wo mo enibi a omatosini ewo mo pante wo sere se abanmra no meye wo mo emwa.
Most of the IGF projects initiated by my administration in a few years have been completed, commissioned and dedicated during the period under review. Furthermore, the following projects have been either executed or currently ongoing in the 2024-2025 academic year. The college is also faced with a problem, and that problem we all want stakeholders to put our heads together to be able to rescue the situation. And that is the construction of 300 bed capacity hostel by GetFund, which was progressing steadily at the beginning of construction. Now it's stalled at the roofing level. We are appealing to the government to ensure that contractor comes back to site to complete the project in good time. There's also delay in GetFund releases towards the construction of the modern lecture hall and ICT complex, which began in 2015, though management has written to GetFund through GTech requesting that they expedite action on these releases of funds towards the project. But the college is yet to see any positive action.
The principal mentioned a number of challenges, including some of the projects which have stalled, especially the GetFund projects. Mr. Principal, the good news is that this year, when Parliament was determining the formula for distributing the funds, we impressed upon the GetFund management to set sizable amount of funds aside to complete all projects which have stalled. So as your member of Parliament, when I go back, I would pursue that agenda and ensure that all GetFund projects which have stalled.
Ekuyafo a womo wo palugu empotemu eni nkronkro ahodo a etwa ho ahie wo North East region asabre wo se womo how kese pa ni nyina eyese womo no baye ebi te se nkatie womo eburo eyade a enyiniye ni nyina eye Bangridam spillage no wo se eye seye bia eyade a ebe ha womo pa kese na eye Asibi Akolon Rebecca regional NADMO director ewo Upper East region and wo cheche ma kyerensem trofo se womo aya hoboa aya hosiesie pa de hyehye egu akwamu a ene hyehye ahodo a womo betimi de asosa wo hawi ano ewo mprempre ye mu na wo kyeremu no ene osesa spillage sa Bangridam spillage na yade a afibia ekoso efree bosome August ekosi ne September mu ena sa ehye no koso na sa brede obeka sense omudi agu akwamu no yade a wo mo ehwe ni mu sesa o hawe be fre kiraba no wo mo betimi aso ano ententema face wo ye nkyerɛkyerɛ de ama akuafo afarefo ene stakeholders ahodo ene nananom ahemfo ene assembly members no ene wo mo a mpanyinfo mo wo saa emia ho no nyina yade wo mo ne wo mo nso edi nkomofa ho.
Isn't something strange or new to us? It's an annual recurring event which every year between the months of August, September, it occurs. It opens the water and then the spillage comes. And so as NADMO as an organization in Upper East region, we are well prepared. Mechanisms, strategies and plans are being put in place to ensure that when the spillage gets through Upper East, it will be well curtailed. Some of the mechanisms include public sensitization and sensitizing farmers and residents along the white voter and the black voter, and also sensitizing fishermen who fish around the lakes. Quite apart from that, we have been able to so far engage key stakeholders like community leaders, chiefs, assemblymen, and so on and so forth to help us in this regard. After the sensitization, they remain in the community with their people. We engage them and task them to also sensitize the people and ensure that they evacuate or leave their homes by the riverside, so that when the spillage comes, flood will not affect the residents along the White Volta River.
We heard the announcement of the opening of the Bagre Dam, and I think we the farmers here always go a lot to maybe cultivate our crops. We cultivate crops like maize, millet, groundnut, yellow melon, watermelon, and the rest. But look at what I'm holding here. It's not matured, but because the water is coming, I have to come and harvest it this way. The amount we spend in doing this farming, and we are harvesting something like this, what will be able to help us again? So our livelihood, in fact, is a crisis. It's just a serious crisis. And most of us also do this in the rainy season to enable us to do the dry season farming. Like here's the case: if you lose in the rainy season, what will you do to do the dry season farming? So it's a challenge. And the dry season farming, the inputs, buying the inputs, even the common seed, like onion seed like this, tomato seed, is very expensive. So in fact, we are just pleading with anyone at all who is seeing what is going on in our community and other communities. I'm saying the whole Upper East and that of Northeast, whenever they open the Bagre Dam, we are always in crisis. It doesn't help us. So any agency that will come into our aid should come into our aid. We think that government should also try to subsidize the price of the inputs, the farm inputs, so that we can be able to carry out our farm activities.
Ewe adishima ma yejina ensemsuni ahome premoka CS Yakoba minyo bema David Oforisafo bongo di Farao di abudi mu nsem so beto so enko bebe beba sisia.